most investors still think and feel that SEALSQ with the ticker symbol LAES is the same as all the other quantum computing companies. But what if I told you management is claiming they now have built something even bigger? Not just a quantum chip, not just something related to cybersecurity, and not just something with the quantum computing angle. What I'm talking about is in regards to the last two news articles that they put out, these last two bits of PR on June 3rd yesterday and June 2nd, 2 days ago. It states here that SEALSQ acquired Mirax, and in this article right here, talking about SEALSQ participating as a lead investor in Quobly's 115 million euro series, there was very good wording by the CEO of SEALSQ, Carlos Moreira, as he states that this financing, investor in a Quobly Series A financing represents a milestone in the execution of our quantum vertical sovereign stack strategy. So I want you guys to ask, and you probably are asking, what does this exactly mean? And why are some investors starting to believe that SEALSQ could become, a much bigger company than a traditional semiconductor company? So let's talk about it together, guys. And I'll be honest, when I first started reading these acquisitions, I thought, why is SEALSQ buying all these different companies? And it also might be a similar reaction to what you guys might have thought. And at first glance, it did look a tad bit random. And because you do see here that one company specifically, it was involved in semiconductors. You got another that's involved in quantum computing, another involved in financial compliance, and another involved in satellites. And if you were looking at these headlines individually from the last two news releases, you might be wondering the exact same thing. But after reading through all of the recent announcements, a bigger picture started to form for the company SEALSQ. And shout out to the Prophecy AI app, Claude, giving it a bullish one-year projection with a price target at $4.51. And we are up on the day green, up 5%, currently at the price level of $3.64. Take a look at it on Thinkorswim with the technical chart. Now, today what I want to do with you guys is I want to break down the Mirax acquisition. I want to break down why management says quantum fits into the puzzle, why satellites are becoming part of the story, and what investors should actually be paying attention to moving forward. Hey guys, it's David with InvestQ, and a lot of the research and stock discussions actually happen in my free InvestQ community before the videos even come out. I post weekly CTM updates, quantum stock coverage, daily watch lists, and fast breaking news reactions throughout the week. And if you want to stay ahead of what I'm watching in the market, feel free to join the free InvestQ community. First link in the description below. So what management is essentially telling the market, they are not trying to build one product alone. That's not what they're trying to do. They are trying to build an ecosystem, a vertically integrated quantum computing ecosystem, meaning instead of just relying on outside providers for every single piece, they want to own as much of the technology stack as they possibly can. And yesterday's acquisition, the acquisition that happened 2 days ago with Mirax SA may actually be one of the biggest strategic moves that they've made in recent time. And they've been having lots of news releases as of late. And why do you think that's such a good acquisition, you ask? Well, because Mirax focuses on quantum interconnect technology. Think of it like the connective tissue of the entire quantum ecosystem. Mirax's technology helps connect quantum processors, quantum sensors, quantum communication networks, and quantum satellites. And also don't forget about the fact that they're also they also do future quantum infrastructure, and without those specific connections, many quantum systems cannot operate at scale. Now, why management, and specifically Carlos Moreira, is very excited about this and why he's saying it's a big milestone, according to him, again, it represents a significant milestone was the wording that he said, is because Mirax closes what they call the quantum interconnect layer, meaning the bridge between quantum computing and quantum communication. The company now believes that it controls every major layer needed for its long-term vision. This is where things start to get interesting for the company, because the story doesn't stop at semiconductors. As I've said many times, it's not just a pure quantum play. It doesn't stop at quantum computing, and it doesn't even stop at cybersecurity. Management is also pushing aggressively into space, and the QOSC is one of their flagship initiatives, which stands for the Quantum Orbital Space Cloud. And the goal that they have is to deploy quantum secure infrastructure through satellites in low Earth orbit. So in simple terms, what that basically means is management wants quantum secure communications extending into space. And why Mirax matters for space, and I would not be surprised if I've been mispronouncing Mirax so many times, so if anyone wants to correct me, please let me know. Always happy to hear y'all's input in the comment section below. But Mirax's photonic technology is specifically designed for quantum networking, quantum key distribution, quantum sensing, space-based communications, according to management. And this acquisition that they got now gives them every major layer needed for secure space-grade quantum connectivity. Now, let's talk about the weekend piece. And again, it was stated in the article. Yeah, right here. So right here, not this one, not with the acquisition, but right here, this one below. Again, like I've been saying, they've been having a lot of more recent PR as of lately, but Weekend, at first glance, it doesn't sound like a quantum company. And the reason why it doesn't sound like a quantum computer is because actually it's not. Weekend focuses on identity, compliance, verification, KYC, financial infrastructure, regulated financial services, and even though I'm saying all these important details about Weekend, you might be curious as to why that's even important in the first place. Again, you know, when people hear SEALSQ, all they think is quantum, and the people that tune into my channel, they understand that it's not just a pure quantum play. So the importance for the Weekend Group, for their majority investment in Weekend Group, SEALSQ's majority investment, is eventually quantum infrastructure needs users, it needs customers, it needs compliance, and it needs trust. And Weekend already works with more than 100 financial institutions. So it's taking care of all of those problems, is basically being a solution to all of those potential problems that could come for SEALSQ. And the bigger strategy when we talk about Weekend is when you combine, or not just Weekend, but SEALSQ, is when you combine LAES, Mirax, Weekend, EroQ, Colibri TD, I know I said that wrong, and YSAT, Quantix Egg Security, and the rest of the ecosystem, you start seeing what management is actually building. Not a product, but an architecture. And most investors see acquisitions and when we take things into perspective of us as investors, you got to understand that what we look at as investors, retail specifically, see acquisitions, and we love to see that. But management sees the infrastructure. That's what they're paying attention to. And most investors see a quantum company, but the people on my channel know that it's not just a pure quantum play. And not even for the people on my channel, let's look at the perspective of management and what it is they see. They see a quantum ecosystem, not just a quantum company. So if you're investing in SEALSQ, I think the biggest mistake you can make is looking at each press release by itself, because individually they can seem a little bit confusing. But when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, management is not quietly, actually very loudly, because they keep coming with news releases. They're clearly trying to assemble every major component required for a quantum future. So let me know what you think about SEALSQ in the comment section below. Please let me know how you feel about all these new releases. And if you do enjoy my content, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And with that being said, guys, David with InvestQ out. Stay safe. Keep making good decisions with your long-term portfolios. And I'll see you on the next video.